Life is a battlefield. Every thought, every interaction, every decision is a tactical move, and failure to act with awareness allows unseen enemies to erode your power. Ordinary moments, commuting, scrolling through feeds, casual conversations are front lines where manipulation and distraction test your vigilance. The weak-willed fall first, overwhelmed by impulses and societal pressures, while the disciplined observe and strike with precision. Recognize that every interaction contains a choice: submission, stagnation, or strategic advancement. Your mind is the throne from which all control emanates. Defend it as a general defends the heart of his fortress. Allow no intrusion of careless assumptions, unexamined beliefs, or reactive habits. Each is an enemy seeking to claim territory in your consciousness, often disguised as convenience or comfort. Your decisions are moves on a mental chessboard. Each action either exposes weakness or consolidates strength. Hesitation in social negotiation, misreading cues, or failing to anticipate another's tactics leaves you vulnerable. Observe patterns of influence around you. Who shapes opinions? Who controls narratives? Who exploits attention? Recognize that these are not abstract threats. They are operating constantly, shaping opportunities, alliances, and outcomes. Strategic thinking requires awareness of both immediate consequences and the cascading effects across your life's network. Calculate each step, measure each response, and maintain patience even when provoked or challenged. When disagreement arises, respond with calm authority rather than emotion. A colleague may resist a proposal. You assert your position with clarity, outlining facts and boundaries, and the tension dissolves because control emanates from preparation and presence, not coercion. Complacency is a silent killer. Missing subtle cues, ignoring underlying currents, or underestimating the influence of perception diminishes potential and authority. Those who fail to monitor the battlefield of their mind surrender opportunities to others who act with foresight. Information, timing, and self-possession are your weapons. Guard them rigorously. Refine perception daily. Anticipate attempts to manipulate, distract, or divide. Trust in reason, discipline, and clarity. Eliminate mental clutter, question assumptions, and prioritize principles over impulse. Command every engagement, internal and external, with deliberate precision. Stand in the center of every challenge as a calculated presence, observing, interpreting, and acting where advantage is greatest. Every victory begins internally. Every battlefield conquered in thought manifests externally. Act decisively. Observe continuously. Position yourself strategically. Protect your mind as your most formidable fortress. Recognize the patterns, identify the adversaries, and commit to mastery of every move. Your awareness is armor. Your discipline, weapon. Weak, reacting blindly. Strong, assessing first, then striking. Weak, yielding to distraction. Strong, prioritizing focus and control. Weak, tolerating uncertainty. Strong, anticipating shifts before they occur. Execute each choice as a commander positions troops with intent and foresight. Let no one seize initiative from you. Let no circumstance unsettle your core. The battlefield exists within and around you, but sovereignty is earned through constant vigilance and strategic action. Claim it fully. My mind is my fortress. My actions are my army. Your mind is your throne. Every thought, every impulse, every fleeting emotion is a potential invasion seeking to claim territory. Sovereignty begins internally. Unchecked anger, jealousy, or distraction is a siege against your own command center. Observe each mental incursion with precision. Recognize misinformation, habitual doubt, and reactive impulses as enemies attempting to weaken your dominion. Guard the gates of perception rigorously. Filter every input before allowing it to influence strategy. Avoid the habit of reacting automatically to the noise of daily life. Evaluate the weight of each opinion, the validity of each claim, and the intent behind every interaction. Maintain clarity in the face of conflicting advice, social pressure, or popular consensus, because strength lies in independent judgment. Crowning clarity is achieved through daily rituals. Begin by structuring your environment to favor focus. Deliberate pauses, prioritized tasks, and intentional reflection shape the throne of the mind. Morning reflection or strategic journaling fortifies mental defenses before the world presents its challenges. Practice observing your reactions without immediately acting. This pause transforms impulsivity into calculated movement. If a colleague disputes your decision, respond with measured authority, outlining facts and boundaries without escalating tension. Calm leadership reinforces your sovereignty and signals competence, preventing unnecessary conflict. Your throne grows stronger when you reject emotional submission and cultivate disciplined judgment. Each decision becomes a strategic deployment of resources. Thoughts are troops. Focus is armor, and clarity of purpose is your command staff. Weak, following distractions without assessment. Strong, analyzing, prioritizing, then executing. Weak, surrendering to doubt. Strong, fortifying conviction through evidence and reflection. Weak, reacting to every provocation. Strong, observing, choosing and acting at decisive moments. Treat your mind as an inviolable fortress. Reinforce it constantly. Assess threats not with fear but with calculated foresight. Prioritize clarity over reaction, discipline over comfort, and sovereignty over approval. Stand at the center of your mental kingdom, fully aware that control here determines success everywhere. Act decisively, maintain vigilance, and execute every move with strategic intent. My mind is my throne, my clarity is my army. The first hour of your day is a battlefield. Before the world awakens with demands, opinions, and distractions, you hold uncontested ground. Seize it with precision. The dawn is yours to command, and how you engage it sets the tone for every subsequent battle. Rise deliberately, with intention, and claim authority over your environment before external forces impose themselves. Every micro-decision: when to rise, what to prioritize, which thoughts to entertain, is a skirmish. Each small victory consolidates your control, asserting dominance over chaos before it spreads. Discipline in these moments compounds, preparing you for larger conflicts that will arise with the day. Micro-wars of discipline define the rhythm of victory. Choosing to complete a simple task instead of succumbing to distraction signals readiness and focus. Ignoring the temptation of the phone, resisting impulse, prioritizing clarity over comfort. These are your opening moves. Early structure acts as armor, shielding your focus and fortifying your capacity to act strategically. A colleague may attempt to pull attention into irrelevant debates. Respond with calm authority, outline facts concisely, and retain momentum. Control here is silent but unmistakable. Each resolved decision strengthens. Resolve, training your mind to act decisively when stakes escalate. First blood is often won internally. By mastering mood, energy, and thought before the world interferes, you gain a psychological advantage that is difficult to challenge. Success here is not about grand gestures, but precise, repeated action, strategic reflection, physical readiness, and mindful preparation form the armor of early dominance. Weak, yielding to distraction and deferring to external pressures. Strong, structuring time, enforcing priorities, and asserting control without reactionary impulses. Weak, starting the day in chaos. Strong, seizing the dawn and dictating the pace. Weak, surrendering influence to circumstance. Strong, establishing command before external forces engage. Win the first battles within, and every subsequent encounter becomes a calculated extension of your early advantage. Act decisively. Establish structure. Dominate the morning as if it were the first front of every battle you will face. Your victories here multiply. Discipline becomes habit, clarity becomes instinct, and control becomes unassailable. Stand ready, execute with precision, and claim the advantage others relinquish through passivity. The dawn is mine. My day is my dominion. Stillness is a weapon. In a world of constant noise and reaction, pausing is an act of strategic dominance. Observe before you act. Every movement, every word, every decision carries consequences that can either strengthen your position or expose weakness. Observation is the precursor to precise action. Study patterns, measure intentions, and wait for the optimal moment to deploy influence. Acting without analysis is surrendering advantage. Restraint transforms you into a predator calculating the perfect strike. Use this pause to map the battlefield, anticipate opposition, and reinforce your mental defenses. Calm functions as armor. Emotional detachment is not indifference, but a deliberate shield against manipulation and distraction. When others act impulsively, respond with measured composure. Maintain your posture, your tone, and your internal focus. Weak, reacting instantly to provocation. Strong, holding position, evaluating threat, and choosing response. Weak, allowing frustration to cloud judgment. Strong, converting pressure into clarity. Every calm moment consolidates authority, demonstrating that your mind is unassailable. In a meeting, when debate intensifies and colleagues raise their voices, listen, acknowledge points without emotion, and respond with facts and boundaries. Your restraint becomes an unspoken assertion of dominance. Silence is a threat. Those who do not react immediately command attention and respect. Their unpredictability creates strategic leverage. Withholding reaction allows others to reveal intentions and overextend. Your restraint communicates control more effectively than words. Weak, filling gaps with speech or emotion. Strong, observing, calculating, and acting decisively when advantage emerges. Weak, yielding to expectation. Strong, letting presence alone influence outcomes. Silence cultivates tension that others instinctively recognize, compelling them to respect limits without overt confrontation. Integrate stillness into daily practice. Use it to assess, fortify, and strike with precision, and allow the power of observation to guide every choice. Pause. Observe. Shield your mind with calm. Speak with intent. Act with precision. Every battle begins before you move. Stand unshaken, calculate your moment, and let the world test your restraint while you prepare decisive action. Stillness is my strategy. Patience is my weapon. Eliminate what weakens you. Every habit that erodes focus, every doubt that sows hesitation, every fear that limits action is an internal enemy. Identify them with ruthless honesty. Excise distractions from your routines, confront limiting beliefs, and refuse to tolerate indecision. Habits form silently but dictate outcomes. Dismantle those that undermine strategic advantage. Cultivate discipline to replace them with practices that enhance clarity, resilience, and foresight. Weak, allowing comfort to excuse inaction. Strong, confronting internal sabotage with deliberate precision. External threats demand equal scrutiny. Recognize relationships and environments that drain energy or manipulate outcomes. Toxic individuals are not opponents to be reasoned with endlessly. They are variables to neutralize or remove. Strategic disengagement preserves resources for battles that matter, preventing unnecessary erosion of influence. A team member may resist your initiative. Address the conflict with calm authority, setting clear boundaries and expectations without aggression. Weak, tolerating interference or manipulation. Strong, asserting limits decisively while maintaining professionalism. Your external environment must reflect your internal discipline, reinforcing rather than undermining your sovereignty. Merciless prioritization governs every allocation of time, attention, and effort. Power is finite. Overextending yourself dilutes control and exposes vulnerability. Select high-value objectives and commit fully, abandoning endeavors that offer little strategic gain. Weak, scattering focus across trivial pursuits. Strong, concentrating force where impact is maximal. Evaluate opportunities as a general assesses battlefields. Resources must align with potential gains, risk managed intelligently, and attention reserved for decisive engagements. Daily choices compound. Victory is reserved for those who understand where to strike and where to abstain. Eliminate hesitation, remove interference, and focus relentlessly on outcomes that matter most. Command your environment. Purge what drains you internally, neutralize what destabilizes you externally, and allocate your energy with precision. Every elimination strengthens your position, consolidates power, and clarifies purpose. Stand vigilant, act decisively, and prioritize ruthlessly. Cut the weak, command the strong. Focus without compromise. Appear as the commander before you speak. Every movement, every gesture, every silence broadcasts authority. A controlled persona is your shield. Reveal nothing of your internal calculations. Conceal emotion, veil intent, and cultivate unpredictability. When others cannot anticipate your next move, they defer to your presence. Authority begins with perception. Your demeanor dictates engagement before a single word is exchanged. Weak, showing frustration or uncertainty. Strong, maintaining composure, projecting certainty, and leaving intentions obscured. Weak, reacting visibly to every provocation. Strong, using restraint to create psychological advantage. The look of power extends beyond posture. It is in measured speech, deliberate pacing, and confident presence. Stand tall, move with intent, and project energy that commands attention. In conversation, allow silence to punctuate authority. Let words be precise and calculated. Weak, rushing speech or gestures. Strong, controlling tempo and focus to reinforce dominance. A colleague challenges your proposal. Respond calmly, assert facts, and maintain body language that signals control. Presence alone establishes credibility and shapes perception more effectively than argument. Others sense confidence and respond accordingly. Psychological leverage shapes outcomes without open conflict. Use ambiguity strategically. Allow opponents to misread intentions, overcommit, or reveal weakness. Influence arises not from coercion, but from controlled projection of power. Weak, over-explaining motives. Strong, implying capability and intent without declaration. Weak, reacting impulsively. Strong, letting perception manipulate engagement. By mastering the mask of command, you direct interactions as a general maneuvers troops. Positioning, timing, and influence dictate the field. Others move in response to your projected authority, often without realizing it. Control appearance, conceal emotion, influence without overt action. Master presence, speech, and silence to establish unchallenged authority. Every interaction becomes an extension of your strategy. Stand as the immovable figure, letting perception amplify your power and allow subtle influence to guide outcomes before a word is spoken. My command is silent, my presence is power, Strike with precision. Your mind is the hunter, every thought a calculated trajectory toward opportunity. Observe the environment, measure variables, and commit only when advantage is absolute. Precision of thought transforms hesitation into lethal clarity. Analyze, anticipate, and position yourself before action becomes necessary. Weak, reacting impulsively. Strong, calculating each move, ensuring maximum impact with minimal exposure. Weak, allowing emotion to dictate timing. Strong, relying on strategic assessment to determine decisive moments. Every decision, internal or external, must be executed with accuracy, as if tracking prey in a field of constant risk. Silent lethality amplifies power. Influence is magnified when delivered subtly, without dramatics or overt force. Avoid broadcasting intention, let outcomes speak. Weak, announcing strategy or drawing attention prematurely. Strong, acting quietly while others misread your purpose. Weak, letting frustration leak into execution. Strong, containing emotion to sharpen effect. In negotiation, for instance, allow silence to compel revelation, respond with calm authority, and achieve objectives without confrontation. Subtle application of power ensures endurance, respect, and repeated advantage. Your actions remain unpredictable, reinforcing dominance and control over every interaction. Decisive action is the apex of mastery. Timing dictates success. Hesitation is fatal. Strike when conditions align, when opportunity is clear, and when preparation has minimized risk. Weak, delaying until conditions worsen or opponents gain initiative. Strong, acting immediately once analysis confirms advantage. Weak, second-guessing outcomes. Strong, committing fully, leaving no space for uncertainty. The internal predator waits patiently, observing, calculating, and then executing with unerring intent. Every encounter becomes a controlled engagement, where precision, silence, and timing converge to deliver maximum effect. Master the internal assassin, and external obstacles bend to strategic will. Prepare. Observe. Strike decisively. Train your mind to calculate, contain, and act with lethal precision. Every move is deliberate, every action an extension of strategy, and every opportunity seized is a testament to mastery. I am the hunter. Timing is my blade. Feed the wolf within. Your instincts and strength are forged through daily challenge, deliberate practice, and exposure to adversity. Mental conditioning is non-negotiable. Confront problems that demand strategy, test your patience, and push the boundaries of endurance. Weak, avoiding difficulty or relying on comfort. Strong, embracing rigorous mental exercises that sharpen judgment and resilience. Each trial reinforces your ability to anticipate, adapt, and dominate the unseen battlefield of life. Adversity is nourishment, not punishment. Obstacles present an opportunity to strengthen resolve, refine tactics, and cultivate resilience. Every resistance overcomes confidence and expands capability. Weak, evading challenges, allowing fear to dictate action. Strong, engaging adversity head-on, transforming difficulty into advantage. In professional or personal interactions, when setbacks arise, approach them as training grounds, analyze the barrier, learn its pattern, and respond with strategy rather than frustration. Weakness thrives in avoidance, dominance grows in confrontation. Controlled hunger channels desire into focused energy. Desire itself is neither weakness nor strength. It is potential, direct ambition toward meaningful objectives, leveraging it as fuel for sustained action rather than distraction. Weak, scattering energy across trivial pursuits. Strong, prioritizing goals, maintaining intensity, and letting ambition sharpen rather than scatter focus. The internal drive is like a predator's hunger, constant, disciplined, and relentless. Cultivate it, respect it, and ensure it serves mastery rather than impulse. Condition your mind. Embrace the challenge. Harness desire with precision. Feed the wolf daily, letting struggle fortify skill, adversity sharpen resolve, and ambition drive mastery. Each step strengthens dominance, ensuring you remain adaptive, powerful, and unyielding in the arena of life. Feed the wolf. Strength is earned, never given. Every encounter is a move on the chessboard of life. Observe the pieces around you, recognize patterns, and anticipate moves before they unfold. Mapping opponents requires vigilance and study. Analyze rivals, collaborators, and environmental factors like a seasoned general surveying the battlefield. Weak, assuming intentions without evidence. Strong, gathering intelligence, noting behaviors, and predicting actions to maintain advantage. Weak, reacting impulsively. Strong, planning each engagement to secure position and influence. Awareness transforms interactions into calculated strategy rather than random events. Sacrifice and positioning are essential for long-term dominance. Not every engagement demands total conquest. Some require giving ground to consolidate strength. Weak, clinging to short-term gain at the expense of overarching strategy. Strong, ceding minor battles to strengthen critical positions, ensuring resilience and adaptability. In team dynamics, for example, allow colleagues to lead on smaller tasks to focus your energy on high-impact objectives. Strategic patience compounds influence and preserves resources for pivotal moments. Endgame vision ensures every move aligns with ultimate objectives. Short-term victories are meaningless if disconnected from long-term plans. Weak, pursuing immediate success without considering future repercussions. Strong, making decisions with foresight, anticipating cascading consequences, and positioning yourself advantageously for sustained dominance. Each maneuver must serve the final outcome, whether in negotiation, career, or personal development. Align every action, conserve strength for decisive moments, and maintain clarity of purpose to outmaneuver those who act reactively. Observe meticulously. Position strategically. Move with foresight. Treat life as a chessboard, where every decision, every interaction, and every risk is a calculated step toward mastery. Victory favors the planner, the patient, and the strategist. See the board, control the game, win decisively. Discipline is forged through unyielding ritual. Begin and end each day with codes that dominate your time and energy. Structure your mornings to seize uncontested hours and prepare for the battles ahead. Weak, waking to distraction. Strong, awakening to purpose, aligning body and mind before external forces intervene. Evening routines are equally critical. Review, reflect, and reinforce mastery over actions and thoughts. Commit without hesitation to these cycles, for consistency compounds strength. Physical endurance becomes mental armor. Controlled discomfort, training, and fitness sharpen focus and resilience. Weak, passive comfort erodes resolve. Strong, deliberate exertion conditions the mind to withstand challenge, transforming stress into tactical advantage. Each repetition, each push against fatigue, strengthens neural pathways that favor precision, patience, and calm under pressure. Fitness is preparation for mental engagement as much as for the body. The two are inseparable. Mental rehearsal cements strategy. Visualize encounters, anticipate outcomes, and internalize principles through daily reflection. Weak, unpracticed response. Strong, premeditated action, informed by internalized scenarios and calculated foresight. Rehearse decision-making under imagined pressure. Anticipate objections, conflicts, and opportunities. Subconsciously, your mind begins to operate like a predator, calculating, patient, and decisive. Micro example. Calmly redirect a colleague's sudden challenge in a meeting by acknowledging their point, then guiding the conversation to your pre-planned objective, reinforcing authority without confrontation. Control your cycles. Harden your body, sharpen your mind, and ritualize every day as a weapon. Build habits that reinforce sovereignty over thought and action. Victory in life favors the one whose will is iron, whose preparation is relentless, and whose mind and body are synchronized instruments of power. Ritual sharpens will. Will commands life. Your mind is your fortress. No chaos from the outside can breach it. Fortify emotional resilience so that envy, panic, or provocation bounce harmlessly from your inner walls. Weak, reacting to every insult or setback. Strong, observing, absorbing, then acting with calculated precision. Train your mind daily, defending your throne with routines of reflection, meditation, and deliberate focus. Imperviousness is earned, not given. Influence without visibility. Move through situations like a shadow, guiding outcomes while remaining unobserved. Weak, overt pressure or attention-seeking. Strong, subtle guidance, planting ideas and shaping perceptions without triggering resistance. Study environments, anticipate reactions, and position yourself where your silent interventions achieve maximum effect. Micro example. In a team debate, allow louder voices to clash while introducing a single well-timed point that redirects consensus to your strategic objective. No one notices the hand steering the board, yet the game tilts in your favor. Project fearless presence. Command rooms without raising your voice. Let posture, timing, and controlled energy signal authority. Weak, striving for recognition through volume or agitation. Strong, exuding calm confidence that demands compliance instinctively. Body language, gaze, and measured speech amplify your unseen dominance. Emotional detachment reinforces credibility, making others' compliance a natural response rather than forced obedience. Synchronization of mind, action, and perception is the apex of untouchable power. Cultivate armor in thought, stealth in influence, and magnetic presence in every engagement. Victory is less about visible battles and more about the invisible grip on the chessboard of life. Master yourself. The world bends. Mastery is born where thought, action, and emotion converge into a single unstoppable force. Forge your mind into a weapon so precise that every decision lands like a calculated strike on the battlefield of life. Weak, reacting to events as they occur. Strong, anticipating, analyzing, and executing before the world even presents the challenge. Discipline your perception. Observe patterns in people, markets, and environments with relentless clarity. Your mental acuity becomes the lens through which every scenario is measured, every opponent evaluated. Operate as the invisible warlord. Influence flows silently through your presence, your timing, your subtle cues. Weak, overt persuasion or displays of force. Strong, imperceptible guidance, allowing allies to act in alignment with your strategy without awareness. Track human behavior and use psychological leverage ethically. Position yourself where your unseen interventions yield maximum effect. Micro example. During a high-stakes negotiation, allow colleagues to voice objections while introducing a single, carefully timed insight that redirects consensus. They follow your guidance, believing it to be their own. Align your inner predator with flawless execution. Analyze risk as a hunter tracks prey. Hesitation costs opportunities. Precision of thought ensures that every action carries strategic weight. Mental stillness is your armor. Impulsive emotion becomes the vulnerability you have eradicated. Adopt a rhythm of discipline that synchronizes planning, observation, and action into a seamless whole. Physical conditioning and mental rehearsal reinforce this alignment, ensuring readiness for any challenge. Treat life as the ultimate chessboard. Map each person, each circumstance, each opportunity as potential moves in a vast game where the end game dominates every decision. Weak, chasing immediate gratification. Strong, sacrificing short-term gains to secure positional advantage. Consider consequences 3, 5, 10 moves ahead. Let every choice be a deliberate step toward your long-term vision, minimizing waste of energy and maximizing impact. Harness the power of silent dominance. Your presence signals authority without coercion. Others comply instinctively, recognizing the unyielding precision behind your decisions. Emotional resilience shields your throne. Adversity serves as training, sharpening instincts and fortifying will. Weak, chasing recognition or validation. Strong, maintaining composure and letting results speak. Reinforce mastery through ritual. Morning and evening codes solidify control over time and energy. Repetition of mental rehearsals ingrains decision-making patterns into instinct. Physical challenges, controlled discomfort, and strategic practice cultivate focus and endurance. The mind and body function as a unified instrument, responsive to opportunity and immune to chaos. Every action, every word, every silent signal becomes a tool in your sovereign strategy. Mastery is not performance, it is state of being. Every opponent, every collaborator, every chance encounter is assessed, anticipated, and integrated into your strategic calculus. Life bends to the disciplined, the prepared, the unseen force that acts decisively while remaining imperceptible. Command unseen, strike inevitable. Claim your sovereignty over every moment. Build your day as a general positions troops, methodically, deliberately, with a clear objective in mind. Begin each morning by implementing a single principle: clarity in thought, control of emotion, or precision in action. Small victories compound, forging an unstoppable momentum that transforms intention into habitual power. Weak, inconsistent effort. Strong, disciplined accumulation of strategic wins, each reinforcing your throne. Guard your throne relentlessly. Complacency is the silent enemy. It creeps through unnoticed lapses in focus, unchallenged habits, or unexamined routines. Treat mastery as an ongoing campaign where each decision, each choice is a deliberate step toward dominance. Train your mind to recognize threats, internal doubts, external distractions, and neutralize them before they erode your foundation. Daily discipline is armor, making you impervious to chaos and manipulation. Leverage every interaction as an extension of authority. Your presence signals command. Your actions reinforce credibility. Weak, reactive engagement. Strong, intentional influence that shapes outcomes without overt pressure. Observe carefully, act decisively, and align your environment with your strategic objectives. Micro example: in a team conflict, allow discussion to unfold while subtly guiding consensus with precise interventions, maintaining control while preserving autonomy. Harness repetition and ritual to solidify power. Morning and evening routines, mental rehearsals, and deliberate practice forge a mind that responds with precision under pressure. Controlled challenges, physical, mental, and situational, strengthen endurance, sharpen perception, and cultivate readiness. Treat every exercise as a drill in sovereignty, reinforcing dominance over self before engaging the world. Integrate vision and execution into seamless mastery. Every plan anticipates contingencies. Every move is deliberate, and every action communicates authority without need for assertion. Your mind becomes the command center, your decisions the army executing strategy, your presence the throne that no opposition can unseat. Maintain relentless focus, guard your energy, and channel ambition into structured, measurable progress. My mind is my throne. My actions are my army. I am untouchable.